All right, old school NBA fans, self-researched NBA facts. Got another video for you. As always, thanks to anybody watching my videos, subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate it. Real quick, I just wanted to say, a couple people said in the comments, don't worry about the trolls. You must be doing something right. Man, they are coming full force all of a sudden. It's crazy. But it is what it is, you know. As long as people stay respectful, I don't care. But when they start the name calling, you're done. That's it. Yesterday's video was definitely not trying to trash the 2000s or anything like that. It was just to show the 90s was probably the premier defensive era. That's all that was. But anyway, in this video here, I wanted to do something about Kobe Bryant, and I think I got some good information, something I've never heard anybody talk about. I know there's a lot of Kobe fans that come through here and stuff, and I never had any issue with Kobe Bryant. Like some people did, they thought he was arrogant, and they just didn't like him for whatever reason. Thought he was trying to mimic Michael Jordan too much. And I was okay with that. None of that stuff really bothered me. I was never like a huge fan of his, but I didn't hate him either. It was just like Tim Duncan, or Magic Johnson, or anybody else like that, really. I got no real issue with him one way or another. I respected him as a basketball player. I thought he was outstanding, great player. And the more I looked into his career, I realized that I had him ranked a little too low. And I know people get crazy and say he doesn't deserve to be in the top 10. That's crazy. No, he does. Absolutely deserves to be in the top 10. And recently I've even had him in the top 5. And I know some people think that's too much. It's funny because Kobe's the type of player that I find myself at times defending, and then at other times I have to tell people, whoa, slow down. Kobe is not, in the GOAT conversation. You know what I mean? Top 5 conversation, sure. But he is not in the GOAT conversation. Let's just stop that right now. But anyway, I don't want to disrespect him, on what happened 5 years ago today. So sad, so unfortunate. And what I was getting at is, I know what you guys are going through, all you diehard Kobe fans, because, a similar thing happened to my childhood hero, Walter Payton. He died at 45 years old, not much older than what Kobe was when he died. And it's sad, man. It is. It kind of takes a piece out of you, because it was such an important part of your childhood. You're being basically your sports idol. As somebody you really looked up to and that kind of thing. And so I get it, man. And I know there's several Kobe, hardcore Kobe guys that come through here, and he's been missed, and he's definitely not been forgotten, and that kind of thing. And rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Okay, in this video here, something that when I was doing my rankings 6 or 7 months ago, man, it took a long time to put together because I was using criterias, and everybody, it was fair game. There was no bias. There was no anything. The only thing that I put a kind of like a handicap on was players who team hopped, and I'm going to do a video on that in a couple days probably. I definitely handicapped them because they circumvented and fast forwarded the process, and that's no good. You know what I mean? That is no good. But in this particular video, I never did one on this before, but this is something I kind of just came across, and I looked at all the players, and Kobe was the best at it. I couldn't believe it. And what it is when a series is tied 2-2, okay, not 3-3, not 3-1, no other number, but 2-2. So it's anybody's series at that point. It's the best of 3 games. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're going to have games 5 and 7 at home. Sometimes you're just going to have game 6 at home. Or if it was maybe the finals, I think there was a couple finals that Kobe might have played. 3 of them, I think, that it was games 1 and 2 at home, 3, 4, and 5 on the road, 6 and 7 at home, or what have you. I think he did play in a few of those. But anyway, I'm gonna get right into it. Kobe Bryant. His first situation that he was tied 2-2 was 2000 first round against Sacramento. Well, they ended up winning 3-2, a best of 5. The next one was 2002 Western Conference Finals against Sacramento. That was that very controversial series. I know it really did look like Sacramento was getting hosed on calls. I don't know if the front office had anything to do with it or not. The league front office I'm talking about, I don't know, but it did look suspicious. Now, some people, again, if you're a Kobe guy, you're going to say, those were questionable calls, could have gone either way. But as somebody who's not a Kobe guy, Kobe lover or hater, somebody who just, respected his game and didn't wish him any ill will, definitely wasn't a big fan either. I can say it looked sketchy. It did. It looked very sketchy. It was borderline on purpose. So, I don't know. A lot of people have commented on that, just on my little channel, and said how sketchy that looked. But anyway, ultimately they did prevail 4-3. They won that series and ended up winning the championship, completing the three-peat. In 2003, in the first round against Minnesota, same thing. The series was tied 2-2. They won 4-2. In 2003, the Western Conference semifinals against San Antonio, as the Lakers are vying for their four-peat. That's one Kobe got beat. Lost 4-2, ending their consecutive series streak at 13. They'd won 13 straight series, and I think that's I believe that might be the first three-peat. The Bulls won 13 also, even though Jordan wasn't on the team. They won 13 straight series also. And then even if you count Jordan's, without the rest of the Bulls or whatever, he also won 13 in a row because in 95 he won one series. So it would have been either way. So they did tie them at 13 straight series, which is the most since 1966, which is incredible, really, if you think about it. 2004 Western Conference semifinals against San Antonio. This time, that's the year San Antonio was up 2-0 and the Lakers rattled off 4 straight. So they won that one 4-2. In 2008, Kobe's, the main dog now, semifinals against Utah. They win 4-2. In 2009, West semifinals against Houston without McGrady. Houston played a great game on those guys, man. It kind of reminded me of like the 92 Knicks against the Bulls. It's like, what's happening right now? This is a superior team, but they're getting tested. And anyway, ultimately the Lakers prevailed. They won 4-3. 2009 Western Conference Finals against Denver. Lakers win it 4-2. 2010 first round against OKC. They win it 4-2. 2010 Western Conference Finals against Phoenix. They win it 4-2. The 2010 Finals against Boston. That series, I think it was tied every step of the way. I think it was 1-1, 2-2, 3-3. And the Lakers held on a tough, hard-fought Game 7 to win the championship, complete the back-to-back. And then in 2011, first round against New Orleans, the Lakers won 4-2. So all told, Kobe Bryant, when a series is tied 2-2, he's got a record of 11-1. And that was basically better than anybody. Not Bill Russell. No, of course not. But say since the merger, better than anyone that I looked up. Anybody. Doesn't matter who it was. You picked a player. They were not better than Kobe when a series was tied 2-2, and it's anybody's series. He was 11-1, with the one loss being the 2003 Western Conference semifinals against San Antonio. That was the only one they lost. Otherwise, 11-1. Now, LeBron fans, more than anybody else, of course, they don't crap on it. Well, yeah, they do. They crap on Michael Jordan, of course. Overrated, watered down era, blah, blah, blah. Heard it all a million times before. Got swept by Boston, like some sin. But They love to dump on Kobe because they know they can't have Kobe anywhere near LeBron. Cannot be close to him, because if he's close to him, then you know he's not better than Michael Jordan. Period. That's what that whole thing is about. You can't have Kobe ahead of LeBron, because if Kobe's ahead of LeBron, then what's all this GOAT business about? You know, my man ain't no GOAT, okay? But if Kobe's better than him, then of course he's got no claim for the GOAT. You know what I mean? And what Kobe did in 2008 Olympics, right there, he passed LeBron right there. I mean, even before he got ready to rattle off 2 championships, you know, LeBron couldn't lead that team to anything. Then Kobe comes in there and bam. Now I understand you're adding Kobe with LeBron, all that, Dwayne Wade, all the other great players. I get that. But LeBron wasn't doing it. He wouldn't lead nobody. Kobe came in and did that. And again, I'm not a Kobe guy, but I'm not going to sit here and lie. You know what I mean? Like, I saw what I saw, period. You know, I tell it like it is, period. Okay. So, speaking of LeBron James, since LeBron James fans don't want Kobe anywhere near him, well, this is one that LeBron cannot touch Kobe on. All right, let's get into his series tied 2-2. Now, obviously, he would have had more of these situations because he's played for like 76 years. All right. In 2006, this would have been LeBron's very first series. He draws the ultra-talented Washington Wizards. I mean, whoa. Well, anyway, they beat him 4-2. No surprise there. Wizards never won anything, really. I mean, I don't even know whether they went around in the playoffs during that whole stretch. I don't think they did. The next round against Detroit, they lost. It was actually 4-3. They got beat 4-3 in that one. And, yeah, they were, actually, I think Cleveland was down 3-2, tied it up 3-3, and yeah, and then Detroit won it. But it was tied 2-2, though. 2007 against Detroit. This time, no Ben Wallace. Series tied 2-2. Cleveland wins 4-2. 2008 versus Boston. Cleveland loses in 7. 2010 versus Boston. They lose in 6. But this time in 2010, they got home court advantage. They're 11 games better than Boston in the regular season. Up 2-1, actually. Then Boston, of course, wins it to tie the series and then wins 2 more. Wins the series 4-2. 2011 finals, the infamous one. With the series tied 2-2, actually, Miami had a 2-1 lead. But Dallas came back and won the series 4-2. 2012 against Indiana. Miami won 4-2. 2012 against Boston. Miami won 4-3. 2013 against Indiana. Miami won 4-3. 2013 versus San Antonio. Miami won 4-3 on the backs of a miracle 3 by Ray Allen, a missed free throw, a missed shot by LeBron himself that set the whole thing up. I mean, you know, it's funny that LeBron had to fail for them to actually make that work. But, you know, whatever. They did win it. He did win Finals MVP and everything, you know, that came along with that. Fair enough. 2015 versus the Bulls. I think LeBron might have even hit a buzzer beater in that series. This is when my interest for the NBA was starting to fade. Was right around that time. When LeBron went back to Cleveland, I could see all the three-point craziness start. My interest was starting to wane. And I was definitely not the diehard fan like I was, you know, 10 years ago and before that. But that was about the year I can pinpoint that it definitely started killing my interest. By 2019, I've never watched a full NBA game since 2019. That's a fact. All right. So anyway, they beat Chicago 4-2. Then in the finals, Cleveland's up 2-1. I know they had injuries, but still they're up 2-1. And they lose 4-2. 2016 against Toronto, Cleveland wins 4-2. 2018 against Indiana, they win 4-3. 2018 against Boston, they win 4-3. And 2021 against Phoenix, the Lakers had a 2-1 lead. They lost 4-2. But all told, LeBron James in that same situation with the series tied 2-2 is 10-6. And that was about average when I looked up all the all-time greats. It was pretty much average is what it was. It wasn't bad and it wasn't great. It was average. You know, it was probably like out of the 25 players I looked up, it was probably around maybe a 11th, 12th, something like that, right in the middle. And then if you guys are curious at all, because this is what's kind of, you know, the guy who always everybody wants to bring into the conversation. But if you were curious, Michael Jordan in that same situation with the series tied 2-2 is 8-3. That was his record. It would have been, his 3 losses would have been 89 Detroit, 90 Detroit, and 95 Orlando. That was the 3 losses. So, but still, he was 8-3. That's better than LeBron, but not as good as Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, 11-1 when the series was tied 2-2. And I'm serious. You look up anybody, Magic, Bird, Kareem, definitely since the merger, for sure. Anybody you want. And Kobe has the best record. Period. That's just how it is. So anyway, that's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching. Again, you know, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. I mean, I can't believe it's already been 5 years. It definitely doesn't seem that long, and, you know, all that. And if you like the video, please hit the like button. Thank you for watching, and until next time.